Max, 7 scoreless, allowed just 1 hit. What allowed you to successfully navigate through that lineup with ease?
Working really well with Austin tonight. Just being able to, first couple innings felt like I was a little erratic at times where, just felt like I lost it for a hitter, and being able to just work with him, trust him, get me back on track, and then, I've said it before, but just trusting the defense, being able to just attack guys, going after them, getting quick outs, and it definitely helps when you get 3 runs on 1 swing too, to be able to kind of settle in, and I felt like it was a really good team win.
You mentioned that defense. What did you think of some of the plays that Cabrera made this evening?
I mean, some really tough plays coming in on that 1 ball and being able to kind of spin on a tough hop and make a really good throw. When I'm pitching, I'm going to get a lot of ground balls to that left side over there, and I felt like he's been doing a really good job.
Back to Austin Wells, what does he do to kind of get you back to where you need to be?
First off, just excellent receiver, gives me the best opportunity on kind of every pitch that's close, and on top of that, he's just got a really good, he's got a knack for the game. He's a good hitter, and I really just trust his eyes back there.
Some guys come to a new team, it takes them a while to kind of get comfortable, and it seems like you fit in seamlessly from day one, and you've been having success every time you're on the mound. What do you think has allowed you to do that?
Just my comfortability in this room. I've got great teammates that have welcomed me since day one in spring, and just being able to go out there and develop those relationships, and then being able to know that those guys have my back out there, it just makes my job way easier.
What do you think about the way Devin Williams been able to bounce back over last week?
He's been one of the best relievers in baseball for a reason. Everyone goes through some rough stretches, but at the end of the day, the back of the baseball card doesn't lie. So just knowing that he's as good as he is, and it's just about opportunities and reps.
You mentioned the home run. What has it been like to be a teammate with Goldschmidt so far?
It's way better to be on his team than playing against him, that's for sure. He's always just a professional at bat. No matter whatever his numbers are, whatever day of the week, when he comes up to the plate, he's going to give you his best, and you can't take any pitches off.
You played against him for so long in the NL. Do you feel like he's changed anything about his approach or his style of hitting this year?
I played against him, but was never in the same division, so I'd get him a couple of times a year, but that's something you probably would have to ask him. To me, it just looks like he's taking great at-bats, and he's trying not to waste anything.
There are a lot of guys in your situation that might struggle going to New York with a big contract, pressure, a lot of eyes on you, especially when Cole goes down, and that hasn't bothered you at all. Did you think about that at all? If any adjustments you might make? You're pitching New York, and it's a lot bigger spotlight here.
No, it really doesn't matter when you step out on the field and between the lines. It's it's about competing. It doesn't matter kind of what city or anything at all. Like, I enjoy the competition. I enjoy the kind of the mano-a-mano, and to me it's just the same game. 60 feet 6 inches, me versus you, and I got the guys behind me, defending me. So the more simple that I can keep it, and be aggressive, and all the other kind of cliches that I really do believe. It just makes it a lot easier for me.
6-0 with a 101 so far in 7 starts. I guess it can't get much better than that. How would you sum up this start?
It's been great so far, but just trying to live in the present. So just get ready for my next one in 5 days, and that's about it.
Mac, you can throw your fastball kind of anywhere from high 80s to high 90s. Just how do you decide how hard one is going to be?
I don't have an answer for you on that. It's literally just, it's the flow of the game, it's the feel, it's kind of just everything involved. Just everything kind of varies. Sometimes it says a fastball in there when it's a different pitch too, so it's not always correctly identifying every pitch, but it's just about changing speeds and just keeping hitters off balance.
Was that at that, he had thrown 5 straight sliders for Rice, and he just heater
Yeah, I don't know what pitch he's going to throw, so I'm just trying to be ready to hit, and I know he throws hard, 100+ miles an hour. So honestly, for me, it was just trying to stay short to the ball, not try to do too much, and fortunately was able to, get it out of there.
Well, with the start Judge has gotten off to, does it feel like you've almost been a little overshadowed here? I mean, it's a quiet 361.
Everyone's overshadowed by what he does. So, he's incredible. He has a, 2 for 4 game. Nobody even thinks about it and makes some great plays. I think it was 2 for 4. Maybe it was 3 for 4. I don't know. But, yeah, he's awesome. He's a great leader in here. And he's had, a lot of big hits, big plays, and so valuable. So, I've loved playing with him and, trying to pick his brain as much as possible, especially with these, AL opponents, especially AL East, a lot of guys that I haven't faced as much. And hopefully, he's definitely helped me. And hopefully when we play guys that I've faced, I can, share some of that info as well.
When you hear that batting average, what do you think, though?
It's just, what he's done is incredible.
I mean yours.
I don't think anything about it. So, it's a long season. I'd love to get a hit every time. I'd love to hit as high average, as most homers, as most wins as we can. But, we know there's going to be ups and downs. So I think for me, a big part is really just not paying attention to it and just showing up and trying to put the work in and be prepared to help us win every day. If I do that, as many at-bats as I can, as many days as I can, I know the numbers, have the best chance to be as high as they can. And I'd love that, but I'm not focusing on it.
We've seen the power from you the last 2 days. There was a lot of singles before that. Have you seen the jokes kind of comparing you to Luis Arraez, Tony Gwynn and those guys?
No, I had no idea. So,
What do you think of those
well,
hitters?
they're both pretty good hitters. So, I'm just, like I said, I don't worry about anything outside of my control. And so I know it just sounds cliche, but I just keep reminding myself to, have good at-bats. And if that happens, whether it's home runs or singles or walks or whatever, I have the best chance of having those. And, that's just where my focus will stay.
There's a lot of panic from fans when Garrett went out for the season. They just don't miss Cole, but Freed's come in, he's 6-0 with a 101 in 7 starts. You saw him a lot. Did you know that he would be able to handle New York from the type of guy that you saw, the type of competitor? What's your thoughts on what he's done so far?
He's done great. Yeah, I faced him. He's really tough. Every time I faced him, I'd walk away after the game just think, man, he's one of the better pitchers, and it's just always tough at bats. Those numbers you mentioned, he's done a great job, and got some big outs early and late, and pitching some big games. And obviously with Garrett going down, all of us are, including the pitchers, and all of us are just going to have to, keep going and do the best job we can. And there's a long way to go, but we got a lot of good players in here, and we'll do the best we can.
Both of you guys have handled New York very well. Some guys don't. Is there any secret in your mind, any prep work to that, or is it just good players being good players?
I don't know. Trust me, it's been good so far, but there's going to be some downtimes too. Y'all know that. And for me, it's just always just focusing on what I can control and just trying to help us win. There's a lot of good guys in this clubhouse, and if we do that, it gives us the best chance to have success individually and as a team. And I'd say, talking with Max, both of our focus, man, that's what we want to do. We want to win, and easier said than done, but we'll do our best job to try to make that happen.
What is it like to face Max? What makes him so tough?
For me, I always just felt like, all of his pitches were so good. You never knew how he was going to pitch you. He's got 2 different fastballs. He's got 2 different sliders, a curveball and a changeup. And so it's hard to know how he was going to attack you. And so you're up there, and that's what I just remember thinking. It's like, man, he had 6 probably above average pitches. A lot of times, even pitchers that have 6 pitches, there's 2 of them that are probably dominant, and then they mix the other ones in. But I just remember walking away like, man, he attacked me 3 or 4 different ways, and that's tough as a hitter because you're trying to figure out what he's going to do, and he does a good job mixing it up, throwing strikes, and just being a great pitcher.
Does this first make you feel validated in the changes you made last year?
I'm not trying to feel validated. I'm just trying to play well, but I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be a long year. I think as far as stuff that I changed with I wasn't really changing. I think I just created some bad habits that I almost had to be perfect swinging last year. It's probably a little bit of an exaggeration, but it just struggled. And so for me, it was just trying to get back to some of those basics. And I think the bigger thing was having success that in last year that just knew like some of those changes I had been working on basically all of the year last year. Kind of saw that if I could do that consistently, that I could still play well. So coming into this year was just continuing to concentrate on those things, which is what I've tried to do my whole career, and I'd say more feeling confident about it. Having a good last month or two last year, and versus going into the offseason hoping that the stuff I was working on was gonna work. But look, it's been a good whatever we've played 4 or 5 weeks for me individually. But I know there's gonna be ups and downs. But kind of back to that question, I know that if I can do those things right, I have a chance when I step in the box and have a chance to help us win.